today. From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Higbee, the tight end.
Complete.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and on the season now. That is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. A shotgun give to Fournette. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was brought down by Jimmy Ward. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is the tight end Troutman. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
At the 14-yard line.
Now back to throw. A pass underneath for Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw here. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
Jaguars nothing.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
23-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Christian McCaffrey,
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
On second down, McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 4.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 3, Jaguars nothing.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Christian.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
This defense is really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
And instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Javon Kinlaw in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Yeah, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. 2nd and 9 now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he's brought down. Laviska Shenault, the intended target.
That's good for a Cardinal.
An effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, if they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there, that means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And that is caught. Touchdown Cardinals. T. Higgins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. his confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
This is McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Khalil Mack. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. DK Metcalf, a touchdown reception. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The pass.
Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And inches.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The tackle made.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker,
that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
The score, Cardinals 13, Jaguars nothing.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
1st and 10.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw.
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
2nd down and sack.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
The Jaguars take over.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
At their own 26-yard.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Here's 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete.
The pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
At their own 32-yard.
The football going back over to Arizona now. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The quarterback sack.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
It's certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 17. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Here's J.K. Scott now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
16-yard line.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Higgins. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football.
Ball carried by the running back. A fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
4 yards on the pickup.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it with Janovich. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for the Cards, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.